What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekly collective tarot for the week of March 28th through April 3rd of 2022. Truly appreciate you for being here. I hope that you're doing outstanding and ready to see what these tarot cards have to say for this week. So this is a collective reading. Hopefully it resonates. Hopefully you find it helpful. And looking forward to pulling the cards. As always, happy new moon in Aries. Definitely big starts. Big beginnings. This kicks off Aries season full blast in a very special time to be alive. So congrats on making it this far, and let's see what the cards have to say. I'm doing something a little different. This is me being a lazy Capricorn. This is my iPad camera. You can see it still says photo and video, but this is how I'm doing it today. Sometimes it's just like this. Not always, but sometimes. All right. Let's see what we got for the sun. We got the Hanged Man. Set him down there. That works. Got the Hanged Man upright for the illumination. So I think this is definitely showing us where we really need to look. It's important to look at different perspectives, different ways to come to conclusions. It's likely that not everything is as we see it. So where we see things right off the bat, take a different approach, look at things from a different angle. And you might just come to a better understanding of finding your enlightenment. This is kind of that card of we can get hung up in life, but it's through life's hangups that we ultimately kind of see different ways. So I think, wherever we're getting hung up is a lesson on showing us more of the value that we can create for ourselves and that we can illuminate and process. We also got the Six of Coins upright. So I think this is where, we do have something to offer right now, and that is going to be for the moon. That's our emotions. We do have good things to offer through these different perspectives. We're going to see where we can even things out and give more, or where we need to take more for ourselves. And it's going to be very easy to see that, and it's going to be more comfortable in these experiences. So from different angles, we see different ways to give out our emotion, to give out the value of our emotion, the things that make us feel good. So I feel like we're stepping into a place this week that's okay, let's only give the emotion that we can handle. Let's not give more than we can handle. Let's not let other people take more than we can give either. And through these different perspectives, we're going to get to that place. Mars got the Empress in reverse. So I think this is kind of we need to figure out how to identify with this great creative force in our life. We need to figure out the things in life that we really do want to bring to life. And maybe it is through these different perspectives or these different obstacles or feelings that have us, figure out where we have enough to give and where we don't. Because maybe if we're giving too much away this week, then we're not able to create from our most pure place, from a place that empowers us. It's almost like we need to slow down a little bit, even though it's Aries season, and get back to the simple things. The simple, beautiful pleasures of life, and not just overlook those. Mercury got the Two of Coins upright. Coming to, a point here of realizing that there are decisions to be made for better value. I think we can definitely be at this way out moment. Definitely getting the Six of Coins and then the Two of Coins is feeling a little trapped between worlds, I feel of how much of our effort and energy and emotion and thought we want to give to maybe the past in life, maybe to things that we're not nurturing or growing, or old perspectives. I think there's new perspectives where we're ultimately going to come to a sense of not feeling so much like we're juggling, but we're centered and can create by slowing down and focusing on the things in life that really do make us feel grounded and not kind of out in the abyss and the tidal wave of life right now. So I think we want to get 2 feet on the ground, but there's also decisions that need to be made so that we're not keeping our mind in a frenzy and that we are finding some sense of peace in the different. We got the Strength card in reverse for Venus. I don't know, forcing relationships that aren't working are not going to, bring strength to anybody right now. Forcing creative aspects in life in general right now that are not making you feel strong or empowering are not going to get us very far right now. It's almost like, the Strength card reminds me of like, in reverse, it reminds me of like just trying to bulldoze our way through life. And I think even getting Mars with the Empress reverse is like, we got to start getting to the fine detail of things, and instead of just brute forcing our way through everything, which maybe we can want to do, it's like this, there's a more finesse to life right now. And if we can find that finesse that is in alignment, then it's gonna be good. So don't over like, I don't know, don't over exaggerate things that are not meant to be pursued or built or connected to right now, or don't put all your energy into things that aren't showing up in a beautiful fashion. And also like, trying to flip that around and find strength when maybe relationships are one of the harder aspects right now that are pulling strength from the individual. Jupiter got the King of Cups, or like, I'm sorry, the King of Coins. So the abundance is in really knowing, your worth, of course, and knowing that you can create anything you wish and that you have all that wisdom to create life right now. You just have to definitely believe that. You got to believe that you can create everything with the Jupiter getting this. And I think putting yourself on that high pedestal of value right now, it can go a long way. You'll start to see that like when you slow down and kind of take your time to create a life that you really want to live with people that you really want to live in a perspective that matches your enlightenment, even on an individual level, that it's there for the taking and that you can make a lot, you can grow a lot and make a lot, come back so that you're getting like the good investments and the good payout out of life that you do want. And Saturn got the Wheel of Fortune. So it's interesting, Saturn getting the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like karmically here, like we are on this wheel and we can feel like we're getting, thrown around a little bit, but it's fate. Fate's just spinning right now to show us different ways to see how fortunate our physical world is. And I think we can feel like it's a crazy radical ride, and like there can be feelings in that space of not feeling like we can get anywhere because it's almost like the G-forces of reality are just have us pinned and like stuck. And I think we're going to fly off this wheel exactly where we're meant to be, but we also want to know our worth and our value and take the time to commit to certain things right now so that we can kind of get thrown off in the direction we want to get thrown off. But it's like, how much is really in our control? I feel like this to me feels like, it's a little bit out of our control in the long run. Like things are just going to show up in our outer realm, Saturn, and our reality that are going to try to show you that life isn't as fortunate as you would like it to be. But I think that's a perception that we have to kind of transcend and get past, is that if you know your worth and your value and you start creating things and you start balancing certain things out that make you feel grounded. A lot of coins in here, like a lot of creative energy. Like maybe this is like dedicating also to this abundant new perspective of life that can show up and start, really growing and springing into existence. Pluto got the 9 of coins in reversed. I just think that it's new ways to value is the transformation here. It's like I think we could have acquired so many values and so many different things and perspectives from the past or from an old timeline, basically, still in this one, that we're realizing that we have to start acquiring a new value system. And that's part of the transformation. And if we're willing to take the leap of faith and see the fortune in where things can go by creating new fortune, that the transformation is probably not going to be so bad. It's just these different perspectives are so important. Otherwise, if you're in this old perspective or these old ideals, then maybe it feels like everything that you've ever wanted or worked towards is being taken away. But it's almost like they were never meant to last forever because new values are coming in. Let's see what we get here. With the wild harmonic. Fire of dimensional self-creating. Yeah, that's what's up. Self-creating. And it's got that like yin and that yang, kind of infinite. It reminds me of Pisces for sure. Even though it's fire, it just kind of reminds me of the fish. And there's this cycle right now, and I think we're kind of going through different dimensions of how to paint life right now and how to create that from a self-creating perspective and not from a way that we were told to create it. So it's like new dimensional energy is coming through to give you that ethereal fire and lift off to self-create something in life right now that is of new value. And it's through those different perspectives that I really think that shows up. So that card, I'm glad that came out. And, oh yeah, Mercury retrograde for the astro. Yeah, rethinking here and reinventing so much of life so that we can transform and transmute and create through these different perspectives. It's like a mental evolutionary speed up, really. Like retrogrades to me are like kind of a big, yeah, we can go backwards or think that we're redoing things, but I think it also helps us like grow fast. Like we need retrogrades to help us kind of go inward, to, instead of looking at things from this mental perspective of the outer world, come back to our inner world and to understand that so that we can start creating, that self, just self-creating, right? In a different dimension of fire and ethereal vision. So maybe our mind just has to go back to self and come back inward so that we can look at things more black and white with a Mercury retrograde and figure out where we need to level things out, give and take, where we're pushing too hard. And I think once we get that mental lined up with our heart, we're going to be good here for sure about new ways to let, fate kind of work and new ways to work with that fate and that destiny and to identify with it and to feel powerful, but not in like a overexerting manner either. Uranus, Cancer, 7th house. Radical new shifts within our emotional state of how we connect to people, of how we relate to others, of how we see the outer world. And I think that it comes from within. This is like the vision of life and like the projection of life that you see has to come into a more individuated place. And we need to kind of break out from the inward out so that we can start to see the changes with other people in our life. But I think this definitely is important right now to focus on relating to ourselves in a more nurturing manner and having that show up with other people in our lives in a more nurturing manner. But it's interesting getting Uranus and Cancer because, right, Uranus is not really a nurturing planet, of course, but we have to do things differently about when it comes to taking care of ourselves. And if we can take care of ourselves at a higher level, which Uranus does try and always take us to a higher state, then we can relate at a higher state as well. I don't know why my hotkeys stop working midstream, but so it goes. I hope that was helpful. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Much love. Peace.